Dolphins have an absolutely huge game against Buffalo this
Statement
week.
game, Perk?
No, I don't believe in that, man. I don't believe in that. Chris Perkins and Omar Kelly of SunSentinel.com. This game is a big game, but it's not statement game. It's not playoff elimination game, is it?
No, I don't think there are playoff elimination games until you get to December. Right. I ultimately have done the numbers, and I believe that 10 victories is what it's going to take for the Dolphins to get to the playoffs. If you don't get this one, and you're at 5-5 going into that that Denver game, you can realistically say playoffs is out of the question, considering you got to win 5 of 6. But am I ready to say that this is a must-win? Not really from this standpoint. It is a must-win from the standpoint of you can't lose 4 straight games to Buffalo. You just
it looks bad.
It just looks bad. And Ryan Tannehill's record against Buffalo is 1-4. I think a lot of that is because of the frontline pressure that the Buffalo Bills are able to present. Marcel Darius, you got Kyle Williams, you got Mario Williams, you got Jerry Hughes. They don't need to blitz. They can get you.
Yeah, exactly. And look, I think the defensive lines will decide who wins this game.
You said that last week.
Yeah. I mean, look. Detroit shut down the run and made the Dolphins one-dimensional last week.
Okay.
And so you don't want that if you're a Dolphins fan. You don't want this game on Ryan Tannehill's right arm. And so that's why I think the defensive lines are going to be the biggest determining factor for both teams. Now, you mentioned the 1-4 record against Buffalo. That's for Ryan Tannehill and Joe Philbin. Is there anything Joe Philbin could be doing? Because we know that Buffalo, I think Buffalo out-physicals the Dolphins. Is there anything that they can do scheme-wise?
I think they have to play the same game that they played against Detroit, which is more horizontal, more screen passes, more quick hitches, more quick passes, 3-step drop back, and get the ball out your hand. Just because you don't want to play into the strength of the Buffalo Bills, which is their pressure. But, Joe Philbin talked about what's led to those losses that he's faced against Buffalo. He said they haven't done well on third downs, they're turning over the ball, and they're not efficient in the red zone. If you fix all of those issues, which have been issues all season, you might have a chance. One thing that I did find interesting about the game that they played earlier this season, I studied all of the first downs that the Dolphins had against the Buffalo Bills. And in the first meeting between this team, which wasn't a very competitive game, the Dolphins had 35 first downs, which shows you that their offense was moving. They just kept stalling on third down. So I think if you know how to be efficient on first down and put yourself in better down and distance situation, then it's on your playmakers and your quarterback to deliver.
One quick aspect of this game that we haven't discussed, special teams. Caleb Sturgis seems to have it going now. Seems like he's consistent again. Jarvis Landry making contributions. The blocked field goal last week. Are the Dolphins special teams good enough to win games now?
They're good enough to hold their own. I think they pretty much won that matchup against the Lions last week, even though Bonamega was coming for them.
That was fake buns, man.
That was personal. But you know what? I've always just seen in this series, the Buffalo Bills, they always get an edge on special teams. One way or the other. And that's one of my biggest concerns, that the Dolphins have to be very cautious about not allowing the big play against Buffalo.
All right, real quick, our picks. I'm taking Buffalo, and I'm thinking about 28-17. That defensive line is too good.
You know what? I was leaning towards Buffalo early in the season till I really started to examine it. And I got soft and I got all sentimental. And I knew that 70,000 fans are going to be there. and then I was like, the Dolphins are backed into the corner. Leotis McClelvin is talking crap. I'm going emotional with this pick here. And I'm going to pick a 21-17 Dolphins victory. I just think that this is going to be an instance where the defense puts the team on their back and they suffocate the Buffalo Bills. Choke them out.
That's the word from here. For SunSentinel.com, Chris Perkins, Omar Kelly.